back. You're watching First Time Home Buyer. We've already covered 3 key markets of India and given you some of the top buys in your budget. Home buying is not a small decision, it's a big one. So write into us if you want to take an informed decision. Our next question that we are taking is this email from Amritanshu, who writes in to say, please suggest a ready-to-move-in property in Neherpar, Faridabad, NCR. My budget is 40 lakh rupees. Samir, how is Faridabad really doing? I mean, it's a market that hasn't really been exciting. No one talks about it. We talk about Noida, we talk about Gurgaon, we actually talk about many other markets, but Faridabad is sort of a forgotten market, isn't it?
Right, Manisha, and there was a very important reason why this market will be forgotten every time before a Noida or a Gurgaon, and that is the employment generation, which hardly exists in this area. This has been an industrial city, really, and surprisingly, IT and new age jobs have not really come to Faridabad, and that is one reason why, and the most important reason why this market continues to suffer.
It's completely lost out in the race, isn't it?
It's lost out in the race, and with the oversupply situation getting created in NCR, this will always be the last option for anybody.
Okay.
So first is that point. The second point is that Neherpar, which is the right area that she selected, is probably the future micro market to be in Faridabad. This is the only micro market which is going to have private developers and group housing projects in the whole city put together, and the metro connectivity is going to be shortly hitting Faridabad. That is going to be a big plus. But today, as we speak, social infrastructure is lacking over there, and that's why we give this micro market a 5 on location rating. And the ready stock is limited from developers, but there is a lot of stock available in the market in the resale side, and that's why it's adequately supplied on the ready projects. We're giving you only ready projects to choose from over here. And the 3 projects that are there in the shortlist are Omax New Heights by Omax Limited, Sector 78. Then we have Princess Park BPTP, which is Sector 86, and Royal Hills Phase 1 by SRS Real Estate, Sector 87. So these 3 projects already no execution risk whatsoever, and quite affordable.
So Faridabad, you're saying stick to ready-to-move-in project. Don't even look at under construction projects.
100%. Unless now that you start going for RERA projects, once they are registered and notified, then you can probably consider under construction projects as well.
Under construction, but not before that. So 3 projects that data has thrown up in 40 lakhs in Neherpar, which of course has got touted as one of the best residential areas. And Omax New Height, Princess Park, Royal Hills Phase 1. And Samir, a lot of people I mean, if they've been traditionally living in Faridabad, they're not likely to move out of Faridabad. We may give it a location rating of 5.
Yeah.
And we are saying that if you're in Faridabad and want to buy in Faridabad, then stick to Neherpar and stick to ready-to-move-in properties.
Yes,
okay.
That's our recommendation.
That's your recommendation. Let's start. Let's also take this question from Rupa Joshi. And all right, Rupa is on the phone line with us. Hi, Rupa. Go ahead.
नमस्कार जी, मैं बैंगलोर से बोल रही हूँ और मेरी क्वेरी है राजा राजेश्वरी नगर में हमें एक प्रॉपर्टी चाहिए, रेडी टू मूव इन प्रोजेक्ट है चाहिए, और क्योंकि हमारा परिवार काफी बड़ा है तो हम लोग एक 3 BHK देख रहे हैं. बजट मेरा होगा करीब 55 से 60 लाख के बीच में.
All right. So Raja Rajeshwari Nagar, that's where she wants to buy. I mean, we end up getting the maximum number of questions for Bengaluru. I must say that Bengaluru developers should be celebrating that, isn't it? How is this market? It's a very well-established market of Bengaluru. So can we give her something in that budget, or is it a stretch, 3 BHK?
We can definitely give her something in her budget. To answer that question, why you get maximum queries from Bangalore is probably because the people in the south rely on research and analysis much more than the people in the north, who are more gut-based.
North is tip-based also, drawing room conversation-based. South is like, I want my data and then I will take a decision. All right.
I don't blame the North Indians. They've made a lot of money in real estate in terms of price appreciation, and that's why they still rely on buying into real estate in a big way, and that too on gut.
Okay.
So looking at this micro market, one of the very few micro markets in India that is appreciated at this healthy appreciation rate of 7% because it's an undersupplied micro market. It has great connectivity surrounded by 3 very important key roads: the OMR road, the Mysore road, and the Nice road. So it becomes like a junction, which is very important from a strategic point of view and a location point of view, and that's why we've given it a rating of 6. Typically, the social infrastructure is not that great, and as in when it improves, the rating of this micro market will go on to 7 or even 7.5. The 3 projects that you can look at over here are Vastu Hillview 2 by Vastu Structures. Then the second project is Temple Bells by Aditya Developers, and lastly Mars Classic by Mars Builders. All 3 projects are ready, available with the developer, and that's the beauty of Bangalore, that you can buy ready projects in the primary market and the developer can sell it to you directly. And the good part is there'll be no GST on this as well.
There'll be no GST on that. But you know, Sameer, frankly, this is the 3rd first-time home buyer show that we're doing. I have not seen a 6.5% price appreciation annualized for any market we've covered. So what is so special about Raja Rajeshwari Nagar? Was it the fact that the base was so low, or the fact that the supply is not so much? It's still an undersupply market. What goes on?
Manisha, you're absolutely right on both the factors. A, limited development happened in this area over the last 3 to 4 years. And the second part was the strategic location of it made it an important micro market, which is now getting its due recognition and thus some appreciation.
Some appreciation. Raja Rajeshwari Nagar, one of the best, or let's say few micro markets that has seen a price appreciation. And the location really wins in terms of connectivity to 3 key roads. The location rating, though, is still 6, isn't it? Because it could do with much better infrastructure as we speak. And quick summary, let's bring it up for the lady who has a large family and wanted to buy a 3 BHK. Here are your options. There's Vastu Hillview 2, there's Temple Bells Premier, and there's Mars Classic. Sameer, thank you very much for joining me. So tell me, I mean, how large is your team and what sort of data do you really track at Prop Equity?
Manisha, we are a team of 450 people with over 100 people on the ground and in our call center, which is constantly updating and tracking over 83,000 projects across 43 cities.
So there are 83 ongoing projects
out of 83,000 projects, there'll be about 25,000 projects
which
that
are
will be ready.
All right.
And we have to track those in terms of resale rates. And that's very important. And lastly, the under construction projects are also multiple times in phases. So there are certain parts that are ready and certain parts that are under construction.
All right. So right now, when we are showing a price chart where, you know, most markets are giving you -1, as one of our markets showed, to 6.5, that's the range. Buyers are saying, why should I invest in real estate? I mean, essentially, even if it's for my end use, I, as a first-time home buyer, would like to live in it. But because my largest chunk of life savings is going into this product, would I not want to see an appreciation? So, I mean, everyone wants to invest in the stock markets, but is it like running after one asset class and not really looking at another? What's your own gut feel?
Manisha, I strongly feel that this is perhaps the best time to buy. You should always have a contrarian view, and really the worst is behind us. Now we have all good policies.
Are we
absolutely.
Sure that the worst
6
is
months
behind
to
us?
a year maximum, you can say. But if you go and negotiate with the developer well, you'll get mouth-watering prices. And you know, once the developers are really out of the mess that they've got themselves into in terms of lack of execution and cash flow issues, once that is over, and because of RERA coming in and such strict penalties of RERA and GST coming in, the new real estate that comes into the market will be more expensive.
You know, this is something which is debatable and we should take it up. But my only concern is that the home sizes are shrinking. Developers are seeing that there's a certain ticket price over which buyers are not coming. So what they're doing is actually to keep the price the same, they're actually shrinking the units. And that's a trend across. So my worry is the longer you wait for the same price, if not the price is going up for the same price, you will not get the same carpet area.
I agree with you, but I'd also like to make a very important point here that the density norms have not been changed. So if a developer starts coming out with smaller homes, then he's going to lose a lot of extra FSI that he gets on the project. So you're not going to see this happen in all states.
Okay.
You're going to see it in some cities where you have no density issues.
So where you don't have density issues, can you explain that to us
Manisha,
a little bit more?
the government allows you certain number of family dwelling units per acre. So that's why you see bigger homes in Gurgaon, because roughly you are allowed 50 to 60 homes per acre.
Sure.
So that's why the size has to be roughly between 1,800 to 2,000 square feet. Till the government does not do anything about that, increase the density norms.
So I'm guessing that this would probably be more for Mumbai.
Yes, I would say that
where
that's
you know,
true.
sizes will come down.
That's true, and in some other cities also perhaps. But this is not going to be across the board.
Okay, Sameer Jasuja, thank you very much for joining me, and thank you so much for joining us. Write into us at home@nw18.com, and we'll make sure you get the best data-backed advice. Goodbye.